what a start to NBA free agency. I mean, it was such a strong start on Sunday that it's basically all done.
Except for the big banana.
We're waiting on the biggest fish of them all, considering Kevin Durant's injury, and that, of course, is Kawhi Leonard. And I've been told, I think some few others have been told, that the Lakers are the favorites. He is the Lakers to lose. That's a direct quote that I've gotten from a close source to the situation. And someone else told me today they're 85% sure.
I don't know what that means.
With the Lakers.
85.
It means 85%.
Okay.
Do I have to explain it anymore?
Yeah, no. When
you don't know what that means.
No, I don't.
That means he's 85% sure that he's going to end up with the Lakers.
But I don't know, like somebody who says, I'm 85%. That's not, like if you say, I get 50-50, I get 100%.
Stop it.
What's 85%?
Stop it.
What?
You just don't. Your worst nightmare.
It ain't my worst.
The same phrase I use for Kevin Durant. Your worst nightmare
no,
that
it ain't.
Kawhi Leonard goes to the Lakers. Because that whole narrative that you've built your career on.
Okay. You mean
that whole narrative nobody wants to play with LeBron dies.
You mean your
slow and painful death.
You mean your narrative.
What narrative?
Your narrative about Steph Curry that didn't play out, that he was a guy, he's going to win without KD.
What
that
does
narrative.
That have to do with?
Well, you're talking about a narrative.
Should we bring up Tom Brady?
Oh, you going that far back? You going that far back?
What are you talking about? What does Steph Curry have to do with
What
this?
does Tom Brady have to do with this?
That's my point.
Tom Brady can do that.
Nothing.
Tom Brady can't.
No, bringing up Steph Curry is like bringing up Tom
All
Brady.
I'm saying to you is I don't know what 85% done. Does that mean they got to cross the T and dot the I's? What does that mean?
You went to Columbia. You, as you remind us every show.
Hey, it's Ivy League.
What 85% means?
All right,
can we
get started?
We
got a lot to do.
We already started,
You know
brother.
that. We got a lot to do. And yes, it is warm in here already. It is. They're all on the other side of the glass. Let's kick some ass on this Magic City Monday.
Let's do it. Oh. And I'm going to throw a curveball.
Yes, Big Daddy.
I usually just throw high heat.
Oh, you got something today?
I got a curveball for you.
All right.
Since you started it off, let's just stick with Kawhi and this talk about the Lakers or the Raptors.
Let's go with where we're going.
We'll get there. We already got everybody hot and heavy about this Lakers talk. We don't have to go with your narrative.
No, let's go with
the big. Everybody's wondering, what is Kawhi Leonard going to do? What do you think he's going to do? We already there. Let's stay there.
I don't think we should have stayed there because the other story becomes older
We'll get there.
now.
Nah, we'll get there.
Yes, it does.
It's already old. Everybody knows.
Nah, there's something different. I don't know. I mean, you said you're the expert. You're the insider.
I'm not saying anything.
You're saying it's a done deal.
No, I didn't say it's a done deal. I said his first choice.
I can't give you anything. I don't have sources like that.
But we can talk about. I'm not asking you where he's going. I'm sorry for asking you that.
That's what
but
I mean.
Your thoughts on what he should do?
I've already talked about it. I think he shouldn't go to the Lakers. I would much rather, for the NBA and the sake of the league, I'd rather see him either stay in Toronto or to go to the Clippers. I think that would make the league much better and well-rounded. It's just like I look at, not that the Knicks were anything big, or good, because they weren't. But, I mean, we talked about it. You didn't think at all that for Kyrie to go to the Nets, looking at the
not by himself.
Right. But now, I just love the idea that the underdog, the smaller team in town, they got some juice.
Well, honestly,
I think that's good for the league.
Look,
I don't think that's bad for the league.
We're obviously a national show. I don't think nationally, even though people understand the Brooklyn doesn't have, they are the second banana in New York. I don't think nationally people think of it as that much of an underdog. The Knicks mean nothing to people nationally. We both have been reporters in New York. In New York, they think the Knicks are the Lakers, the Yankees, the Cowboys. They're not. So nationally,
they have a fan base that loves basketball
in New York,
right?
But not nationally.
And that's where they are, right?
You don't generally have people throughout the country.
Well, they haven't won anything for 40 years,
Right.
so it's impossible for people to feel like the Knicks.
But it's
are
not just the
Yankees.
40 years. I grew up in the 80s.
Well,
And the Knicks were like the 12th team I thought of when I thought of the NBA.
we grew up differently because I grew up.
But you were in New York.
I grew up.
I get that.
I grew up in New York, and the Knicks were still apart. I mean, they didn't win a championship, but they did go to the finals twice. They had
That was
a run
in the 90s.
Yeah, but they had a run against Michael Jordan. It was always.
But they were always getting beat.
But they did. But I'm
That
just
doesn't
saying.
mean the Phoenix Suns are a national team because they used to always get beat by San Antonio.
I think we have a different view because I grew up there.
No, I get it. I'm just saying.
I don't think that to say
nationally, they're not a national
I don't
team.
know. I don't know if people, when the Knicks played the Lakers or the Knicks played the Bulls, that people didn't tune in because it was the Knicks and the Bulls and the rivalry that they had.
No, it was because of Michael Jordan
Well,
and
but I'm
Patrick
just saying-
Ewing. The Knicks were good in the 90s.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
The
I don't.
80s, they
I
were
mean, I think
mediocre.
I think you're trying to totally dismiss the franchise like they don't matter at all. I don't
to
agree
people,
with that.
people outside of New York.
Okay, I don't agree with that take.
What? Who? How,
I don't know. I can't name people.
They
You want me to
don't
call
win.
people outside of New York?
No, I'm just saying.
I just think your view is a little different from mine.
Because you grew up in New York, and I
Right,
get
but
it.
but
I have no problem with that.
I'm just. I
But
can.
why-
Can I give you a perfect example? I can remember going when I left New York to go to Cincinnati, to go work there, and the players. The first thing they asked me were, "Tell me about Patrick Ewing and covering the Knicks." They asked me about it, and I don't mean that means that they're like some great juggernaut, but that they were relevant.
Well, in the
I'm
90s,
not trying to make it.
No, the 90s, they
Okay,
were a good
I'm just
team.
saying,
I'm not saying they weren't a good team in the 90s, but I'm saying there's a lot of teams that are good for a little stretch, but that doesn't mean they become some national team that everybody wants to play for.
I'm not saying that but I just think that the view you have is a little different from mine.
What is
That's
my
all.
view? I'm just
Your
saying
view is irrelevant.
I'm just saying they're not a national team. And I don't think fans around the country have this view of the Knicks.
Well,
that
but
is
they've been
anywhere
bad
near
for
what
20 years. I get that now, but I'm saying.
But even when they were good in the 90s,
No, I
they were
think they-
Jordan's punching bag.
I disagree. I think they had more
they were
relevance.
his punching bag?
I think they have more relevance than you
Well, they
think.
were relevant. They were a contender. They were a legitimate contender.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But
So-
that doesn't mean that was for a season.
Okay, it wasn't
Or,
for a season.
I meant season like a stretch.
I just disagree with. I think you're trivializing the whole franchise, and I
Well,
disagree
is
with
it
that.
trivial? I mean, I'm not
All right,
trivializing
look.
them. LeBron James is trivializing them. Kevin Durant is trivializing them.
I'm just-
all the free agents that don't want to go there are
Yeah.
trivializing them.
Yeah, but there's a lot of reasons not to go there, and I get it. I get why. I do. I mean, but also I just think that the Knicks franchise has a little weight. It doesn't. The Lakers have been bad for 6 years. It doesn't mean that people are going to.
6 years? You're
Yeah.
comparing 6 years to the Knicks?
Yeah, but I'm talking about how bad they've been the last 6 years, which is shocking for the Lakers.
6 years is
They've never
nothing.
been that.
The
They've never
Knicks
been
have
this
been-
bad. Let's move forward because
how bad have they been?
we're on a totally different topic.
All right, I asked you.
I told you.
Kawhi-
I don't know where he's going.
I'm fine with.
You're the insider, so I want you to tell me.
You know what I think. I
Okay.
think he's leaning toward the Lakers heavily. Now it's not done deal. It won't be announced today, from what I'm told. And it's
Because
not
I thought
done.
they said it was going to be
done.
announced at 6 today. Is
Well,
that not
Shannon
true?
Sharp said that.
Is that what he
I
said?
haven't heard anybody else say that.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know that he said that on Undisputed. I've been told it's not going to happen today, but and maybe he changed. Maybe he doesn't go there, but people close to this situation say his first choice is the Lakers. That he told them he was theirs to lose. I believe as long as nothing goes wrong with Jeannie Buss in the meeting, and they're supposed to be meeting today, that everything will be, he'll end up with the Lakers. The Lakers obviously feel that way because they're just watching players that they would have loved to have signed. If Kawhi doesn't come there, they're all signing with other teams. So that's an issue. But I don't disagree with you, Rob, on competitive balance. And as far as Kawhi going to the Lakers. Now, I think it'll be good for the league if he goes to the Lakers, in that this will be some big circus, some big show, just like when LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh went to the Heat. it was great for the league and the popularity and just everybody was into that story. It will be the same thing here with Kawhi, AD, and LeBron. But on the flip side, as far as competitiveness, I do agree with you that it won't be as good for the league as if Kawhi went to the Clippers or back to the Raptors. Because if he goes to either of those two places, you've got now 10 teams in the league that justifiably are thinking they can win a championship.
100%.
Right?
It would be more like it used to be where we don't know exactly who's going to win. And I love that. That's what competition in sports is all about, the idea of not knowing going into a season. And that doesn't mean that they're not contenders, but we all knew that the Warriors, we both picked both teams to get to the finals.
Right.
And without KD, we both would have picked
with KD without him getting hurt.
Without him getting hurt, we both would have picked Golden State, and they would have won.
Right.
They would have won. There's no doubt in my mind.
So now, theoretically, you're going back to that. I mean, they got to work out the chemistry, but those three are so good that, right? AD, LeBron, and Kawhi.
Yeah, I guess I would have to wait and see. Is LeBron going to be hurt? Is AD going to get hurt? There's a couple of question marks. So then,
if you don't think they're going to be dominant, then maybe it won't be a bad thing.
I don't. If they're all healthy, I don't know how they don't win. Let's put it that way.
That's what I'm saying. But
if they don't, then it would be a bad look for LeBron and for Kawhi Leonard. If that team didn't win, it'd be a bad look. That would be like, wait a minute. And then again,
I gotta be honest. I think the worst look, or the guys that would take the biggest blame, would be LeBron and AD. Because you've seen Kawhi win with San Antonio in a good system. You've seen him lead a team in Toronto. I think LeBron, even though everybody likes, typically they look at the players with LeBron. But I think they would look at LeBron and AD. And maybe if they just don't get anybody, if the players around those three are terrible. Now, what I'm being told is guys like Alec Burks, Danny Green, if he doesn't get a bigger contract somewhere else, Jeff Green, Andre Iguodala if he's bought out by Memphis. But that's what, it's looking at.